Hi, and welcome to Virtual's Guru, Barbecue and Grilling's Made Tasty. I'm Brandon Tanner, and today we're going to do a turkey for you. So, if you like this type of content,
please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video like this one.
Alright, so anyways, with the lockdown and stuff like that, we're basically raiding our freezer and trying to make some bigger meals so we can eat on it for multiple days. So I figured we'd share this. Going to do it a little bit different than we've done in the past. This one we're going to finish off with a glaze. I have a video up here for you on a way that we've done it before. This will be very similar up until the point that we glaze it, and depending on what you like, that may be a strategy to try. But this is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. We're actually going to spatchcock the turkey, which is cutting out its spine, flatten it down and cook it that way. Cooks more evenly, cooks a little bit faster, so something you might want to try as well. And then as usual, all the stuff I'm using for the most part, I've got links down below that you can pick up off of Amazon or whatever if you don't have this type of stuff or want it. And in this case, a really nice handy tool is a briner bucket. They're great for all types of things that you want to brine. Really easy to use. And I'll even show how it locks the poultry down or whatever you're doing so it doesn't float up and it keeps it submerged. And then this brine is really good. Seasonably, you can get it we get it at Costco, but it's also available on Amazon. So it's a great brine. It's got salt, sugar, cranberries, vanilla beans, allspice, apple, black pepper, garlic, orange peel, rosemary, thyme, bay leaves, sage, which is a great brine. So I'm gonna get this water boiling. It says about a gallon of water. We'll put in the entire brine and let it get mixed down, and then I'll put it out in the garage, let it cool, and then I'll add in some ice, a bunch of ice to it, and melt that down in the bucket so it gets nice and cool. And then we'll cut the turkey, put it in, put some more ice on top of it, and put it out in the garage because it's nice and cool here this time of year. So in the evenings, and the rule of thumb they say that I've gone by is an hour per pound for the brine, and this one's pretty close to a 15-pound turkey, so that's how we'll treat it. So we'll put it in brine for about 15 hours, take it out, and then we'll show you what we're going to do with compound butter and the other stuff.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
I don't even listen. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so our turkey's completely unthawed. Got the brine ready to go. You saw me put in the ice, and I let that ice melt down. I just worry about being able to submerge the turkey. So if I need to add a little bit of water, I will. And then I've also got a block of ice that I'll put on top of that, when I seal it, so it'll keep it cool overnight. And then I like to trim up my turkeys, anything that's kind of unsavory, that's hanging off of it, excess skin around the neck area, all that kind of stuff. So I like to trim mine up, do it how you want to do it, but I like, you kind of eat with your eyes, so it's a good way to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to spatchcock it basically, and so what we're doing is we're cutting the spine all the way out through the neck area, and then we'll flip it over and we'll pop it down, and you'll see how that works. So if you get this right, it's pretty easy because it's more like the rib bones and stuff like that versus anything that's really hard to cut through. So, and sometimes I'll start from this side because it might be a little bit easier, but you can also start from the tail side, just depending on what you want to do. Alright, so our bird's spatchcocked, flat as can be, all ready to go. So we'll get the brine ready. I'm going to pat this off a little bit, clean it up a little bit, and then throw it in the brine. Alright folks, so we brined our turkey for about 15 hours and then I took it out, I washed it really well, and then I've been patting it dry, getting the skin as dry as I can get it. Got the Traeger going and my smoke tube. I've got a few different videos where I've used the smoke tube, but for this, because we're going to cook it at 375, probably about 7.5 minutes per pound, give or take. So it'll be probably just under 2 hours that this thing will be cooking. When I do high temperatures like that, it's not like you don't get any smoke flavor, but I like to reinforce it a little bit with a smoke tube. So it kind of gives you that smoky flavor, and then you don't have to smoke it first and then cook it later. It just makes it easier, just kind of a quick way, kind of a quick hack. But now I'm gonna do the compound butter. So basically, and all the details are in the, if you click more below, all the details are there. So, you know, you can see which measurements and that kind of stuff. I do a little bit by eye and taste and preference. So those are just things you can go by. It doesn't mean you have to do it that way, but that's, you know, that's how I do it. And then to me, it's kind of like a, you know, a feel type deal. So I've got butter, two sticks of butter, and then interesting enough, the folks from Rio, like I said, they sent me a bunch of seasonings, and this one is for like this is baked potato seasoning, and it's great on vegetables, but it's also really going to be good on a turkey or poultry because it's got a heavy garlic and onion to it. It's got some sugar in it, so it's really going to be excellent with this type of deal. So that'll be part of, not on my rub, but part of what I put on the turkey. And then this is just an Italian blend, and so, you know, it's your typical like basil, rosemary, that type of stuff. And so those are really nice savory flavors to go with our brine. So with that, and I'm going to chop up some garlic and I'll put that in the butter as well. And I do a lot of garlic, just my taste and preference. That's up to you how much you want to do with any of this, kind of your taste and preference. But I'll show you where I'm making the pockets. I call them flavor pockets within the meat. Down under the skin. That also gets its heat, gets its flavor, base it while we go. So it's gonna be good.
I shoved my face in the pillow because I had to sneeze.
Oh. That was 7 cloves of garlic. About a tablespoon of each one of the rubs. Some small slits to separate the skin from the meat to give us our flavor pockets. Apply the rub to taste. Added some smoked paprika for some flavor and color. One hour into the cook. Ingredients and glaze instructions are in the description below. With 10 more degrees to go, the internal temperature was almost 155 and I was looking for 165. I applied my glaze, about 15 to 20 minutes to go. Almost right at 2 hours into the cook. Turned out amazing.